Still seeing stars, stumbling between bars. Curse you, Jameson, you have destroyed me once again. But I need you now. I need you now. Seem busted now to you somehow. Something toward a spark of this riding heart. But I need you now. Need you now. Drink I'm like more than my fill, and that gains evil in my eyes. Lost in joy of dog, and I am sunk. Me no more, but I need you now. I need you now. Just John and me through on remedy in the mind. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the b.hive, you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. I'm going to give you guys a little more time to come. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Kevin. And welcome. So, here's what I'm dealing with. I'm only allowed limited invites to send out to you guys. And I have been trying to figure out why I can only send out so many invites. I'm not allowed to invite my whole friends list, which is ridiculous, because how am I supposed to grow this channel if I can't invite everybody to these things? So I went searching on the Google machine, and basically they said that you are allowed to send, for one single event, you are allowed to send 500, and each one of the people that you invite are also allowed to send 500 invites out for one single event. And if all those 500 people don't go to or don't attend or view your event, then that number goes down. And that's what's been happening. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? So yeah, so basically, it's a ridiculous way for Facebook to try to make you fail. It's kind of annoying as all get out. But yeah, they basically said you can invite 500 people, but if those 500 people don't show up at your event, then you can only invite blah blah blah, a lesser amount, to your next event. So that's what I'm running into. So if you do not receive an invite from me, it's not because I'm definitely not trying to cut you out of anything. I just am not allowed to invite as many people as I'd like to my events, which makes it a little crazy as far as how do I go about getting more people watching. Hey Bobby, how's it going? Good to see you, brother. So that's yeah, that's the thing that's kind of ticking me off with Facebook right now. They just seem very anti-creator or something, because this is, I would love to grow this, not for the recognition, more so to kind of sell this book as soon as it's published, if it gets published. So so yeah, that's the dilemma I'm at. So if you could I'm going to ask you to invite as many people as you're allowed to these events. Hey Chuck, how you doing? Good to see you. So I think that the next event that we got going on, which is Toe Tapping Thursdays, I'm going to invite the people. Well, one, I'm going to invite the regulars, you guys, and then two, I'm going to just invite people that I think would be interested, and I won't be inviting my whole entire friends list. I can't even invite all the followers of this page, which to me is fucking ridiculous, but excuse my French, Joan, if you're watching. So, but yeah, it's frustrating as hell, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm very happy that I get viewers on YouTube. That's pretty exciting, and I get some likes and I get some comments, and I'm excited that there are people around that do watch this. Yes, you do, Jessica. Hey, Chuckles. I get people bumping into me in town going, "Oh, hey, I've been listening to your Tuesday thing." I have one gal say, "Hey, I listen strictly to your Tuesday thing, and I cry every time." I don't like making people cry, but I kind of do, because that was what the chapter was meant to do, was to pull some emotion out of you. So yeah, I guess I'm doing my job, which, there you go. Anyhow, I do know that I've lost some people on my pages, because I've lost some friends, all due to politics, which is why I don't mention politics on the b.hive page. I don't mention politics with Broken Bird and the Wild Hair page. We try not to talk politics during coffee with friends, and but I do talk about politics on my personal profile, and so a couple friends dropped me, and that's probably okay, because they went a little psycho on me, and it was pretty sad. I got friends from both sides, and I kind of like being the bridge guy, so that's not funny, Bobby. That's not funny at all, man. There is nobody standing behind me. God damn. Okay, now we're going to be doing this broadcast with the lights on. Because there's ghosts in this chapter, and they're not nice ones, so. Anyhow. Oh, Bobby. So, let's look at the story that we're at now. Broken Bird tonight he's made his way to Corpus Christi, Texas. And I don't know if everybody is caught up, but he's been kind of hung up on a gal he thought was his soulmate. Her name was Jeanne, and she kind of left him. And they have dated a couple of times, and she's left him both times. And now that he's got an expiration date, she called him and wanted him to stop out if he ever made it through Texas, and she happens to live. Must be Uncle Ted. Thankfully, I don't have an Uncle Ted, so if it's your Uncle Ted, I'll let him know you said hi, Chuck. So now he's kind of sitting in a bar in Corpus Christi, debating whether he should reach out to Jeanne or not. He has been kind of on not only just a physical journey, he's also been on a spiritual one. He did a vision quest at the beginning of his trip, and the spirits have been kind of following him, and the ancestors have been following him along his way. So he's a Native American probably around 50, and he's a cancer patient, and and that is starting to loom its head over him more and more. That shadow of cancer is starting to darken his doorway a little more. He just left San Antonio, Texas. Spent some time with old high school friend who he found was homeless. Spoilers. And yeah, and he kind of left with that. So, anywho, I think everybody that wants to be here is here, and I think maybe we should jump on into this and we can talk about. Kind of excited for coffee with friends. Also, kind of excited about toe tapping Thursdays, and I'll tell you why after the story. So stick around. All right. So everybody, gather up your cuddle buddy, your libation, whatever that happens to be. And let's jump into chapter 32. Yeah, now you're really going to see somebody behind me. Oh, could probably do this show on the run, maybe. Oh, you got Ollie, huh? Gypsy sleeping already, Kev? Or is she working? Do. Here we go. The Ballad, A Broken Bird, Chapter 32. The last I had heard, Jeanne lived in Central City, a suburb of Corpus Christi, Texas. I had driven down to the Gulf Coast, wondering why I was here. I could smell the sea air, and I listened to the gulls crying for free handouts from the beach dwellers. What was I hoping to accomplish? I didn't know. She asked me to stop in when I got here. And now that I was here, I was wondering why in the fuck she wanted to see me anyways. This was years ago. We had both moved on. She left because she wanted to leave. And this was stupid. I got on my bike and stopped at a barbecue joint up the road. I played around with a brisket sandwich and concentrated on the Jameson whiskey shots I was doing. Not a smart thing to do when one is on a motorcycle. But so fucking what? I'm driving to my death anyways, right? Ugh. So many feelings are here now that I've loosed them on my heart. The past came at me like an angry bull. The only thing I can do with them is write them here in this goddamn book. That I don't know if I can get it published or not. Does it matter if it gets published? Probably not. Who the fuck would want to read any of this? Especially now. This is the drunken chapter. I can't tell you how many times I opened and closed my phone. Once, and only once, did I actually pull up her number and rested my thumb on the little green send button. If I recall correctly, and trust me, at this moment in time, my brain is swimming in Irish whiskey. I did the same thing when I called her for the first time. I had picked up the phone, hung it back up, picked it up, hung it back up, and now here I was doing the modern version of middle school virgin dials crush for the first time. Hello? A woman's voice came on. Fuck. I accidentally hit the goddamn button. Is this you? She asked. Are you in Texas? I stood there silently. Please, talk to me. And what would I say? thought about when I called her when I was leaving for college, and I didn't say anything. I just hung up. Say something. It was 3 years in high school, and then she ran away. And then it was 3 years as adults, and then she ran from me then. I thought she was the one. I really did. But she always got scared with being too close, and she ran. She would tell me that she wasn't ready to put a label on what we were to each other. In high school, she said she wasn't ready to go all the way. But she's married now. In high school, she ran into the arms of a best friend of mine, and it only took an hour to get naked with him. So where does that leave me? After I left the ex-wife, I fell in love with a few women that turned out to be emotionally unavailable. Never found one that wanted to stay, including Victoria. But she was dying, so I can't blame her for that. But I was never good enough to stay for anybody. I was never the one for anybody. I've been the rebound guy, the revenge guy, the pity guy, the other guy, but never the guy. And where does that leave me? Alone and bitter? Please, she said on the other side of the line, just say hello or something. I only have maybe a good 6 months, maybe less. And here I am, wasting time on someone who didn't want to give me their time. I could be at my kid's place right now. Goodbye, Jeanne, I said, and snapped my phone closed. Hey, buddy, the bartender said. You want another? No, I waved him away. A tall glass of water and my check, please. I stumbled out of the bar into the hot Texas sun. It beats down on you harder when you're drunk. I wobbled about and plopped down next to Lucy and clumsily put a Marlboro in my mouth. That first inhale was harsh, and I coughed for quite a while, enough to remind me that I have a rampaging life form inside of me trying to kill me. Take that, you fucking bastard. My lungs threw some phlegmy blood clots back at me, and I spit it to the curb. I took another puff, coughed like a maniac, and chucked the cig into the butt graveyard scattered about the parking lot. I opened my phone again and pulled up Dad. Hey, kid, he said. I loved it when he called me that. Hey, Pop, I said. How are you doing? I'm good. You don't sound too good. Are you okay? Yep, I'm just a little drunk. Well, I hope you're not planning on driving your bike like that. Nope, I lied. Where are you? Corpus Christi, Texas. Oh, are you going to visit Jeanne? I don't think so. You should. Might be good for you to... She's married, Pops. She was my past. I don't need to invite that back into my life again. Isn't that what you're doing out there? I'm heading to Galveston to visit Lee. Lee? My stepdaughter? What are you going to do that for? Because she wants to see me and I want to see her. I'm hoping Coral comes down too. Yeah, but, those kids aren't yours. I don't know why you invested so much into them kids when you were married. You invested in me, Pop, even when you found out I wasn't biologically yours. And there was silence. I think that hurt him a bit, and I felt slightly guilty. I'm sorry, he said. Unfortunately, I was so drunk I didn't realize the importance of that apology. He never did much before, and here it was falling on drunk ears. God damn it. Hey, Pop, I gotta run, I said. Should probably find a place to crash before I head up to Galveston. Are you doing okay? Okay, son. Please be careful out there. You got it. And think about stopping to say hi to Jeanne. I let out a sigh. Okay, Dad. I always had trouble breathing after drowning myself in this shit libation. I don't know why, but the goddamn phone rang again. Jeanne, I thought, and wanted to chuck the phone into the trash, but then I looked at it. The outlaw Josie, it said. I took in a deep breath and let it out slow. Hey, I said. Motorcycle boy, she said. How the fuck are you doing, Josie? I'm good. More importantly, how are you doing? Ugh. I don't know. Where you at? Corpus Christi, Texas. You're breathing pretty hard. You doing okay? Not really. I'm drunk as fuck. So, the nurse in me feels the need to tell you that cancer loves the taste of alcohol. So, I know. Talk to me, buddy. I'm worried. And so I opened up. I told her about Oregon, Victoria, and our adventures with Seamus and Robin. I told her about Victoria's death. I told her I was planning on seeing my kid. I told her about Carlos. And she was silent, letting me get it off my chest. She never interjected or judged. She just let me vomit all these things I have, all of these feelings. And then I got to the part where I'm sitting here in a drunken heap, hurting over my past with Jeanne. I don't know how much any of it made sense. I'm sure it was slurred and all over the place. But when no more words came out of my mouth, she spoke. Well, I think you made the right decision, she said. Yeah, I mumbled. Yeah, you don't owe her shit. Kinda mad your dad encouraged you to open that wound. Well, to be fair, I've kinda been opening up all kinds of wounds on this trip. True, but that's your choice. You know what you need to heal. That's not anybody's business but yours. Not your dad's, or mine for that matter. Thanks, Josie. You're welcome. Now, you better tell me you ain't getting on that bike anytime soon. Well, I'll beat your ass. Yes, mate. I mean, bar wench. Look, I'm glad you're going to see your kid. That's awesome news. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry to hear about your friend Victoria. You got a lot of heartbreak going on. It gets a bit overwhelming sometimes. I'm sure it does. So have your drinks. Just be good to yourself. Your cancer doesn't need any help. And if you want, you could give me your friend Carlos's number, and I can check on him after, you know. And that's very kind of you. I plan on giving you all my contacts so that you can, you know, let people know what's going on after I go. There was silence. I'm sorry, I said. That's probably a lot to... No, it's fine. But just the thought of it makes me miss you more. Feeling is mutual. So, I am still searching around for a publisher for your book. Most people want a synopsis of your story. They also really don't want to publish anyone that hasn't been published before. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest. Why don't you hang up the idea of getting me published, Josie? I don't know if anyone would want to read it anyways. Shut your mouth. You don't know that. Publishing seems like it's a who you know or who you blow industry. I'm gonna look into some respectable self-publishing houses. Maybe a literary agent. Find someone who is looking for something like you have and has their hands in the business. They might be better than a redneck nurse in Seattle. Thanks, buddy. You're the best. No worries. Now go get yourself some water or coffee and wait out your drunk, and then go find a room or stretch of grass to camp on, okay? I will. And thank you for everything. You're welcome. Take care and keep in touch, okay? Will do. I hung up and hopped on Lucy, and she roared to life. The sun baked most of the drunk off me, and I was able to hold the bike up. I crossed the bridge over Corpus Christi Bay and found my way to Highway 35 and followed the coast. I felt the ghost of Victoria on the back. I could almost smell her familiar scent. It was gone within 5 miles, and I found myself pulling over just east of Matagorda. There was a nice quiet beach tucked in between the dunes. I set up my tent a little further back from the tide line. I wasn't sure where the high tide came to. I was just away from the breeze, and someone had left a fire pit there with some leftover driftwood. I lit the fire and watched the sun sink into the west. Now, I've been to both coasts of the Pacific and the Atlantic, and there was something haunting about the Gulf. I can't put my finger on it, but it seems darker than the other oceans and more ominous. I don't know who's out there, I said in my head, but tonight would not be a good time to haunt me. I don't need a visit from spirit tonight. I just need rest. Just then, I remembered what Ben said to me about how my visions were always with me, and that once a person began their quest, I'd be having more. Shit. I've been chasing ghosts, and now that I've found them, I don't want anything to do with them. I had pulled out what was left of the sage bundle I had purchased for Victoria's funeral, and began to smudge myself and my campsite. There. Now stay away from me, you spooky bastards. I put all the wood that was left onto the fire until it was blazing tall and strong. Then I crawled into my little tent and checked to make sure my hunting knife was still at my side. Well, goddamn if they all weren't there. It was somewhere between night and day, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. The sky was dim, and a haunting purple glow came out of the horizon. I was standing on the beach facing that damn haunting gulf. "Hello, my son." It was my mother. She was young again, and her hair was long and straight. She wore a long sheer dress that disappeared into the foam of the waves. "Mama," I uttered through a very dry throat. "Yes, come out here and swim with me." "No, I don't think so." Her eyes were a deep green, and then they began to glow. "Listen to your mother," she spat. "No, I don't think you're my mother." Then another head appeared in the surf and drudged its way through the crashing waves. "Come on, popcorn fart." It was my Uncle Bones. "The water's nice. Don't be a pussy." "I'll drown," I said. "You won't drown. It's not even that deep." "Thanks, but no thanks." "You been taking care of Lucy for me?" "Yes, Uncle." "Good. That's real good. Now come on out and greet your mama and your uncle." "I can see you from here." I noticed that my feet were sinking into the sand, and the tide was getting higher and brushing against my ankles. I tried to step back, but I couldn't. "You wanted in the Star Lodge so bad." This was Ben. I didn't even notice him until he opened his mouth. "Now's your chance." "Ben," I said, "you're not even dead. What are you doing here?" "How do you know I'm not dead? You've been away for a long time." "You wanted to come with me." It was Victoria. Her image shimmered in the waves. She walked towards me, holding out her hand. "Take my hand, and we can be together." I could feel the ocean try and pull me outwards, towards the morbid group. I pulled my legs to be free, and I almost fell on my back. "You belong to Kai!" I shouted angrily. "You don't belong with me!" "Dad?" My heart sank as my youngest appeared out of the waves, her brunette hair blowing with the ocean, her blue eyes cloudy. "Come and be with us." "Coral? Coral, you're not dead." "I was flying to Galveston to see you, and my plane never made—" "Stop this!" I shouted. "Stop this bullshit right now!" The waves were up to my waist now. The pull was stronger, and those things that were imitating my friends and family were getting closer. The seagrass wrapped itself around my ankles, feeling like bony hands tugging at me. "Stay away!" I screamed. "It's your time," my mother said. "This is the end of the road." "I'm not ready. I've got to. Your father will be joining us soon." "No! No, he will not! Stop this!" "We can be one big happy family again." "One big happy family," the others said. "We were never a happy family!" I shouted, and suddenly, everyone was gone. I was standing there on the beach alone. An impossible full moon that was way too close to the earth peaked itself on the horizon. We weren't a happy family, I repeated. Were we? I finally fell back and splashed into the crashing waves. I laid there waiting for the ocean to consume me. When people die, those close to us, we tend to grant them sainthood. All the good things we could remember get attached to those grieving memories. But not all those memories are true, are they? All the fights, the dysfunction, the lies, the abuse, all of it, they get forgotten in the fairy tale. I opened my eyes, and there were no stars. There were no dead, only the ceiling of my worn-out old pup tent. The fire snapped and popped outside as the ocean breeze blew through the spaces between the embers. Its song was ending soon. Perhaps so was mine. I sat up and coughed for a very long time, almost to the point of panic, because I didn't know if I was going to get my breath back. I crawled out of my tent and rummaged through my saddlebags. I pulled out the tincture that the old witch from Slab City had given me. I pondered taking it, and then went into the saddlebag again and pulled out my rescue inhaler instead. The first burst of medicine barely caught the back of my throat. I let it settle down into my esophagus, and then took another shot. That one sprinkled my abused lungs this time, and my breath was returning, and my cough began to die down. When I could breathe again, I dialed up my old friend Ben. "Bonjour," he said. "You're still at large. Get that wing fixed yet?" I smiled. "I'm still working on it. Trying is dying, as they say." "They say that, don't they?" He grunts. So, where you at?" "Halfway across the United States. I just woke up on a beach near Galveston, Texas." Is everything okay?" "Yup. Just explained the vision I had last night." "Oh, yeah?" "Yup. Dreamed I was by the sea. You were a bird that had fallen in the ocean. You were beating your wings pretty hard. I was trying to get to you so I could save you." "And did you?" "Nope. You pulled yourself out of it on your own." "Huh. Yup. Watch this big white wolf pull you out of the surf." Ska Sunka. Silence. I've been through a lot already. Met a lot of different people. I even met a guy who reminded me a lot of you. "Did you know?" "Yes, sir. Out in Oregon. I'm gonna head up to see my kid today. Hoping my youngest makes it down too." "Tying up some loose ends, are ya?" "Patching up a loose weave in my tapestry." He chuckled a bit. "Well," I continued, "I just called because, well, I had some nightmares last night. You were in them, but you weren't trying to help me. Oh, some evil spirits in the Gulf of Mexico, I think. Spirits are like people. Some are good, some are bad. Learn to discern. That's very poetic of you. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. And that's a groaner. Well, all's well's up here at the Lost Prairie outfit. I'm still scaring the women and children, and the neighbors haven't started a posse yet to exile me. Well, that's good to hear. I'm gonna let you go, Ben. Thank you for answering my call. Yep, take care of yourself, and don't forget, you're still on your vision quest. I understand. Goodbye, my friend. Well, see ya. I snapped the phone closed and began to pack up my campsite. When somebody says, I'll see ya, and you have a timetable about to expire, it means something. Will I see him again? God, I sure hope so. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 32. No, she doesn't like me. Yeah, right, Kevin. She wouldn't have been with you for this long if she did. So, anyhow, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing Tuesday Tales now, one chapter at a time, because we are getting pretty close to where I left off writing. So, and I'm actually working on the part where Broken Bird meets a character not unlike Mr. Kevin Walzer and Katie. So, yeah. So that's the part I'm working on. I'm gonna be actually. We're getting kind of close to the end of the road for Broken Bird. Just to let you know. So, but anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter. It was it was an interesting one to write. I have been getting spooked by Ollie. Well, at least Ollie's probably not seeing people standing behind you while you're at an office all by yourself at night, reading stories in the dark. So, anyway, that's what's going on with that. This week, I need you guys to come back on Thursday, because we're going to be doing Toe Tapping Thursday, and we are going to have a special guest on Thursday. She promised that she was going to show up, and I told her she did, and I was going to punch her. So, there you go. So she'll be here Thursday, and then join Pimo, Bobby, and myself on Sunday. We will be interviewing a veteran. We'll be interviewing Kristen Chambers. Well, not really interviewing. We'll be chatting with her. So, I saw glowing eyes over your left shoulder. Uh-huh. Thanks, Kev. Thanks. So, but yeah, Kristen Chambers will be joining, she'll be joining me, Pimo, and Bobby for coffee on Sunday, for Coffee with a Vet Sunday. And, yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. Come and meet her and join for some coffee and discussion with us. And I'm sure she'll fall right into the same nonsense that the rest of us do. So, but that's something we want to start doing with Coffee with Friends is at least once a month, have a vet come in and enjoy some coffee with us and some conversation, and allow them to tell some stories if they got some. So, well, so that's what we got. We'll be moving on to chapter 33. next week on Tuesday. So please stick around for that. Again, I appreciate you guys coming out. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as invites go. But I will figure it out. I'm probably, well, I've been posting a little preview videos of the chapters that I'm about to read on my profile page, my regular profile page, and on this page as well. I'm hoping that makes some circulation and gets people to come out here and sign up for it. So, but I'm going to keep sending invites. I'm just going to do it differently. For sure, you guys that are always here, and then some people that I think are interested, or people that I think actually do come and watch. They just don't say anything, whatever. So, but yeah, I'm just going to be more selective. I'd like to invite everybody, and maybe I'll do an invite video. I don't know. It's just all stuff I got to figure out on how to do this. So I do invite people from TikTok and from Instagram as well. And I don't know that other one that's attached to Facebook and Instagram that makes, I don't know, it just makes you join it and makes you post on it whether you want to or not, and makes you follow people whether you want to follow them or not. Oh yeah, the wonderful thing about social media. So anyhow, you guys, thank you again for coming out. Thank you, Kevin, Chuck, Jessica, Bobby, Beth, Kelly. Thank you all very much for coming. And anybody else that I forgot to mention, I'm double checking here. Jessica, Nope, I think I got you guys. And all of you that do stop in or watch this on YouTube or whatever, thank you all very much. And I can't wait to see you on Toe Tapping Thursdays. All right? Love ya. Peace. And a bottle of hair grease. Mwah. I'm out.